Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. This one is going to be against the infamous Dotspy on 82nd, played by myself. This is going to be a little different perspective. We're going to talk about the game through my average gameplay. Against a top player, me against Dotspy, I think he beats me 9 out of 10 times. So this is a very interesting game and we'll go through it and talk about the deployment. My mindset here is that the 82nd div is very well known for being an infantry heavy div and 4 deploy. Everything is 4 deployed. He's 4 deploy AA, he's 4 deploy ATGMs, 4 deploy shock high caliber infantry. He's also got LAVs, which are the same as mine LAVs, except for mine have the troop dismount, but they don't get AT. So when I'm going through here, my thought process throughout this entire time is I need to get Charlie first. This open field, I'm really just concerned he's going to have enough recon and ATGMs for me to try and push an open field, but I can always out-arty him later because also my arty is better, and I'm hoping to win an air fight to gain air superiority here. I really like to open up on 2nd Marines with helis, especially because of the just how great they are and how much of a heli division I think 2nd is, except for after this game. I've had a couple talking points with a lot of people, and they've really shown me the difference in the div, and I originally thought this div was just mediocre, but I definitely think it's on the top tier end of everything. I was playing the division wrong. It's a very expensive division, and you can get costly mistakes. However, if you play it right, I think this division is definitely one of the top tiers. So my original deployment is to make sure we get this tree line here. If he gets control of these tree lines, it's going to be very rough for me, I think. Making sure his LEVs don't get any flanks on either side of me. And get these 2 pointers. I know he's going to tick early. It's going to happen. He's a 4 deploy division, so he's going to get that tick early. So I'm going to sit here and say, you know what, let's get him get that tick. Let's all in and put our investments into one area. Start pushing there, get that secured, and then we can work on the next one. Originally, my thought process is to go to Echo, I go to Charlie, and then to Bravo, but that changes throughout the time. My original deployment, again, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you know what, let's try and do some type of heli thing, and then I'm sitting there, you know what, it's just not a chance with his 4 deploy A, his fighters, he gets Eagles, I just really didn't think so. I get Tomcats, and I think the trade is still in his favor, I could be wrong on that, but I think the trade is in his favor, or at least that's my thought going into the game, so I'm quite concerned about it. So right now, my deployment opener, as you can see, is all the points are into Charlie. I'm trying to get an LAV here. As you can see, I'll control the road here, and then I'm going to get some infantry in the side here to control that side of the city. I also want to get an early IHawk up. I really think it's important to get the air superiority away from him, especially because of how much 82nd relies on the air superiority. I think one of my biggest mistakes right now is, as you can see, I only have an IHawk. So if he did any type of heli opener, I also really think I was screwed up because if his Kiwa Warriors were better placed, I could have been killed. Apaches, very strong heli and air opener, and for me to only have one IHawk is just a little ridiculous. I would have definitely changed that going back into this game. Again, my main point is here to make sure he doesn't get any type of flank on me with his LAVs. I'm not really too concerned of any push because I can get my units to him a lot quicker on these 2 pointers. So that even if he takes it, I'm not really concerned because I'll have the fire support and it will take quite a significant amount of time from him to reinforce Alpha. I'm also trying to make sure that these lanes are not just getting sent through with all of these LEDs and things of that nature. So I'm going to set up recon throughout the time. I also realize as well his tanks are obviously, his Shermans are just terrible tanks. They're not meant to be tanks. So if I get that fire support with some tanks against him, all he has is the dragons and the Itos. If I can just micro this side of the map, because I'm investing so heavily on this side, I believe I'll be able to micro enough to make sure that I keep the tanks alive. So I'm going to invest a lot in tanks, and then I'm going to play it super slow. I'm going to let him take this if he needs. I'm going to let him hold it for quite some time if I need, but the main point is I'm going to make sure that I'm playing it slow, getting the support I need in order to be able to actually complete the mission, as we've seen a lot of these top players do. Instead of just investing one unit here, one unit here, one unit here, splitting across, I'm making sure to do what I want and stick with that game plan here. I see these Kiwas, again, I just unload right away. I don't want to lose the units. The whole point of this is the vision. I'm not trying to gain ground, so I'm going to slow it down and just take the vision. Take the win of the vision. Don't try and push things. There's just no point to it. They've got the Hellfire. I see the LAV on the side. I know this is going to lose. I probably should have reacted to it better, but then I saw the heavy hog over here, and I got quite concerned of a push on this side. I honestly stopped paying as much attention over here, especially because I knew that my deployment was going to be pretty slow over here. So we're getting backed up here. He's obviously probing. He's getting that vision for that heavy hog to put in its work. Heavy hog is so good. He's absolutely melt though. 1.27 HEs just absolutely devastate your units, as you'll see throughout this. Reason I pick a mortar, I'm a really big fan of the mortar recently. I really think it's a quite effective tool. Suppression, not as much the damage, but the suppression, and just making him move his units. They see an ATGM here, I want to just keep firing at that, either give him damage, suppression, or make him move. But I think they're great for the investment. He's got a very lacking of anti-air, anti-artillery. His counter battery is not that great, so I feel like it's going to be quite good. I see the Kiwa and the heavy hog. I've moved to the right here, so I'm hoping to get a pick and try and get control of the spot. Really stupid, as he has vision and I'm moving. I go out in the open and die here. Really ridiculous of me. I saw the planes up, the helis opening up on the right-hand side, so obviously I'm going to react with a stinger, just to make sure to try and get that pick, as well as try and control this flank, as it looks like he's going to be opening with a lot of helis and playing helis with his OHs in the back. As you see, I just know there's units here. I'm not really concerned about killing them. I'm honestly just doing this to annoy him, make him maybe buy counter artillery. I'm not too worried about it. It's just to really piss him off. Keep his mindset on this throughout the game. I know there's an LAV going for the flank over here, and I see that we're pretty controlled over here. I don't see much. I've got a lot of vision here. I'm really pushed forward, quite happy with this. I really thought he would have a lot more infantry in this tree line. So instead of playing this right-hand side, I start sweeping to the left to get that fire support to support that area. I see these dragons over here as well, and I know this is just not a fight right now. I've got a Stinger and LAV. I'm not going to win that. So I'm going to make sure to support this area, and I'm going to play a defensive line here because, one, I got to find that LAV, hence why I got that scout, and two, I know he's got some heavy hitting infantry over here. See this airborne over here? Get my mortars on it. Get my fire support up, start hitting it, and yeah, his flash just decimate me right away. I literally couldn't even react to it, couldn't back it up, couldn't do anything. See the LAV over here? I know the LAV's over here. I honestly thought this small was going to take him out. I really thought this would be no issue whatsoever. I thought it was just going to die, and unfortunately, we'll see how that turns out here. I got the IHOC, got the tank again. I'm playing this slow. I'm not trying to gain a lot of ground here. I'm not trying to worry about anything. I'm playing this out. I'm like, okay, this is going to win. I literally stopped looking at this. I didn't even pay attention to it. I really just thought the small was just going to be it. I see over here on the right-hand side, I'm getting my infantry up. This is way too close. I should have backed up more. I don't know what I'm doing, trying to play this close. And I'm pushed up so far here, and I thought there would be a lot here. So once I figured out that there wasn't a lot of infantry in here, I was amazed. This was so happy to me. I really get the ground here. I get the Tomcats to react to the LGBs. I'm like, this didn't even get hurt. Don't know how that happened. Don't know what happened. Again, send another into the death. Ridiculous of me. I knew it was there. Should have just waited. There was no point. I get a tank over to the side. One, to help with the support over here. Two, I know the LAV can't kill it. I got the vision, so I'm lucky enough to keep that there. And I'm going to play this in a fire support area with these 13-man squads, 3 machine guns. Doesn't matter how great his infantry is. I am going to destroy it. This is so beefy. Over here on the left-hand side, I see that he's just got the airbornes over here. Again, I thought the scout would be able to kill it. I thought these HE rockets would be able to kill it. Learn my lesson again. Buy a Super Cobra. That's hopefully a Super Cobra going to win that fight. But at this point, I am not too confident myself. Should have spent a little bit more microing over here to clear this out, probably. However, I'm more concerned on this side. I don't know if he's got any anti-air or anything, so I want to get the vision correct and get these infantry pushing forward to get off this +2 tick. I see the reinforcement, so I'm expecting at least 2 or 3 units back here. And then this ATG grenade launcher, is absolutely devastating. So I'm definitely going to try and pull back. Heavy hog here, but I've got that counter. As you saw already, I already had a fighter. I think it was on cooldown though, so I bought a second fighter. Again, I'm absolutely amazed that these are being brought out without any type of air cover from what I can see. So I'm amazed at that. Finally, the Super Cobra win.
We're
Maybe probably was an overbuy
side.
there. Looking back at that, hindsight 2020, probably wouldn't have bought a Super Cobra to react to that again.
Every Marine,
As
a
you can see, we
rifleman.
were talking about that beefy squad. Somehow was getting just destroyed. Well, not somehow, was getting destroyed. Heavy Hog here. I'm really just relying on the Stinger to kill that, and I'm really hoping this Tomcat can penalize this, because this is 260 points. Massive.
Mission ready.
Absolutely massive. I'm flying back over towards my Eyehawks, immediately evacing. If he gets one hit on me, I'm hoping the Eyehawk will at least get a hit and get him to evac. Really just trying to keep it alive. Doesn't work out, but Stinger misses. Luckily, his planes are not good against anti-heli, so we're all set there. I'm now moving this around on the left-hand side. I think the LAV's over here, but his units I don't think he's able to support and move up as quickly. So I'm making sure my flank is clear while consolidating everything on the left-hand side here. Looking back, I might have moved these a lot sooner over and just kept some tanks and some recon here. Try and make sure to support, especially because I think Fox is open right now. But, however, I definitely wasn't paying attention with this right-hand side. I was not thinking about moving over there that quickly. As you can see, he doesn't have enough. I could have easily pushed that and gained that as well. Probably ended the game a little early, but that's always hindsight 2020. It is what it is. The main factor here is to get my two-pointer back. That's my concern. That's what I'm going for. I'm getting supplies up here. Really want to make sure my beefy squads, pretty expensive, 75 points, and my tank are in the highest of health possible. Clearing up, moving up here, probing at this time, just trying to make sure there's no infantry over here. I don't think there is. There's really not a chance with this recon here of anything coming up this way. I highly doubt something came in across this way, so I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty secure to move up here. As you see, I'm just trying to use the mortars as much as I possibly can. I should have used them a little bit more, but I'm quite happy that they're just ticking away, pissing them off, making them have lose cohesion. Throughout this game, I think another big mistake of mine is I'm just probing with units for no reason. Like, I'm probing here, but I'm not going to attack here. So why am I probing? Why am I losing 3 points? It's 40 points, not the end of the world, but, you know, what's the point here? My thoughts is not to attack this here. I've got control of the left here. My thought is to control Alpha and push to his Foxtrot. He buys another plane. Eagle flies it a little too close. Eyehawk hit, Tomcat hits, done. Absolutely wonderful luck for me. Just moved just enough into range and double hit. Got very lucky on that fight there. As you see, I got the fire support. I'm going to play the tree line. I'm not rushing this. I'm waiting, healing. I'm not just moving one unit forward at a time. Should have smoked this earlier, or not smoke at all. I'm probably not sure about the right way to play that. I do think I should have smoked earlier in my thought process instead of trying to hit it. Again, I see these helis, and I know this is here, and I just lose another unit for absolutely no reason. Just absolutely silly of me. At this point, I'm buying the mortars, one to piss him off, two, I'm hoping he's going to start buying arty. If he starts buying arty and I'm on the front foot, it's going to slow down his game drastically, and I'll be able to counter battery with my 155s, and he's got 105s. So you see, that's my next buy, and I'm just going to let him try and kill these mortars that are pissing him off, and hopefully gain that back. I do think I have enough here. As you see, he's going to have to either keep going back or lose cohesion. So my AAVs are going to be able to really support me here. And I'm just going to be able to push through and take that no issue. Again, not paying attention. I hate the padding in the game sometime. I sent the recon over to this point here. Why I decided to take this road over this one blows my mind. So I do this one here and make sure it's going over to the far left-hand side, and then react as necessary.
We need ammo supplies. Waiting for instructions. Enemy
Kiwa here. I'm not really worried about losing an AAV if it brings it over. I'm honestly kind of hoping to, so I can get my Stinger up here to take it out. I know it's here. I'm trying to bait it in. I'll trade a 40 point or a 35 point for a Kiwa any day of the week. A lot of people were talking about earlier, you know, there's trades, knowing what's worth and not worth is what's really separating these high-level players. So I'm starting to learn, you know, bait and switch, bait and switch. Really hoping to get rid of this Stinger here, and that way all he's got is this backline here. I buy this HE plane. I specifically put this plane in my division because it's a heli killer. They try and land it, it bombs it. If it doesn't try and land it, it's going to die by the rotary cannons and the missiles. So it's literally just my only reason I have it in the div. I don't think it's a great bomber. Some people might say I'm completely wrong on that. However, that's my main point of it here, is literally just to get 3 points in Kiwa. It's 185. I will trade this all day. If he's got Eyehawks or anything down here, which this div I don't believe gets Eyehawks. However, I am not too concerned. It does. Get a hit there, get another hit here. I'm very happy with this. So happy. I will lose it all day. That's fine. I got the double Comcats from earlier, as well as he flies a little close to the Eyehawk. I should have capitalized more of this. I should have been paying more attention. I do send them, however, out. The Tomcats have such a wide range, so I definitely get that fire superiority. I know he's going to turn his tail here, and I want to take this. Even if I lose these here, I'm fine with it. If he buys another fighter, I just want to get rid of these fighters to make him lose his air superiority here. We take the point here. Heavy hog. I don't have enough AA on the side looking back. I also should have definitely been pushing more, probing more here. Right now he can just keep buying points here, as the other players have been discussing. You know, if he just keeps buying points here and I'm not reacting somewhere else, he's just going to keep spending here and keep having the advantage to do that. I'm down a 700 tick. I need to stop him from continuously reinforcing this area, and that way I can make a push. I have, as you guys can see, way too much invested in these 13-man squads holding a point that he's not going to be able to push. I have tanks. I've got I've got the grenade launchers. There's plenty of units here that I should be pushing this train line a lot earlier, taking advantage of that. I think I'm way too stationary here, especially because I see him buying everything over on this side. I'm not too worried about this tank losing against the Sherman. 10 out of 10 times it should win. However, on the left-hand side here, they've got a dragon, and I got so lucky that one, it didn't die from that side shot. Again, like everybody's talking about earlier, I want to complete the mission here, so I'm making sure to build my units up before I just risk them. Getting a recon here to see what it is to bomb. I don't really care what else is back here. My main point is getting the city back, so I want to make sure to bomb that expensive unit. As we see, he's counter-battering my mortars. Love it. Fine. That's what we bought these for. Again, probably a better player would say I'm slowing my momentum down by buying this. However, since I've already set up my mortars and been playing with them throughout the game, I thought, you know, it's best to continue on the thought process, as I felt pretty confident right now that I was trading quite well and I wasn't going to have much issues here. I see infantry trying to get back in here, so I'm going to start pre-mortaring this. I start pre-aiming for where the stingers are going to be, and I start pre-aiming for when they're going to be, as well as the counter batteries. I'm not really too worried about him counter-batting me with the 105s, but start coming through here. I don't think I killed this one. I can't remember. They do shoot throughout the game. I do think I killed one, maybe. Looking back, I can't remember exactly. Again, heavy hog here, Kiwi here. I'm willing to trade my planes. I know right now, probably not the best call. These aren't the best plane heli droppers, but at the end of the day, the most important thing to me is control the vision, control the helis for him, and then I can worry about his planes later on. I've been training quite well on planes, so I'm not too concerned. I do think I lose the fighter here, which was a mistake in the hindsight, but I was willing to lose that, honestly. Again, another unit lost. Wasted. It's like 200-something points I've wasted over here just going through an open field for absolutely no reason. Don't get the kill, and I do lose the one fighter, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Should have been pushing here. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I should have definitely been pushing here. As you can see, he started reinforcing a lot more now, and I definitely had an opportunity way earlier to get this taken care of. Over here on the right, I see him trying to come back in again, so I'm mortaring just to piss him off again. Not really doing much damage, honestly, not doing much suppression either in the builds. Looking back, the 81 millimeters are nothing like the 120s, so I might have to switch that around looking back at this game. I do believe mortars are quite efficient, but I don't know if this is the right call here with the 81s. These flashes we saw from earlier, absolutely devastating, as well as he's got the 9-man shock infantry. I think he's just going to win all infantry fights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this left-hand side here and try and stay away from the forest. I think he's going to win the forest, so I'm going to play the open field with my fire support. The lanes are a little bit funny here. This is like a hill that he can see down and I can't see up. So it is a little bit of a harder push. However, I think that's the best bet instead of pushing the other way around. I'm not concerned about this. Again, as I've been talking about, it takes a lot more for him to reinforce this side. I do see his vision, so I'm not really worried about it at this point. I think I'm definitely
On
going
it.
to be able to push
They're
forward here.
spotted us.
I have enough fire support, enough beefy squads.
need
The
ammo
one definitely thing I'm
supplies.
missing here is anti-air. I continuously talk
Eyes
about
on
how I
enemy.
really need to make sure his planes and his Apaches can't react and kill me, and yet I literally fall for it and let
Waiting
his
for
Apache come out.
instructions.
Another double
Contact
eagle.
front.
I lose that fight, however, my Ihawk gets lucky there and gets a wonderful hit. Quite happy about that. This Ihawk really put in work for me this game. Owe it a lot.
Yes, Captain.
Again, vision here. I think I've got a good enough squads, but I don't think I'm going to be able to push forward and take this as of just yet, so I'm just waiting a little
Radio
bit,
check.
getting the fire
1-6.
support, getting the position
Gorman!
up. Apache is
Enemy
just
spotted.
absolutely laying waste.
Backwards!
Don't have anti-air. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I think I have enough control of the planes, I think, so I just don't buy a Stinger. Just
We
ridiculously
need
silly
ammo
of me.
supplies!
Ihawk here, I see him going down for my Super Cobra. He's got one here, I unload here. Get the first hit,
Riot!
get the second hit, yep, and just kill him.
Contact
Absolutely
front!
super RNG for me right now. Wasn't in a great position to get the Apache too, but my more concern was control the air, and that way I can get my next tick and get a bomber to go kill that. Again, controlling this. I know he doesn't have much fire support in his division. He's got the VABs. I see them unload, so I'm going to push back as far as I can. I'm not too worried about these as well. I realize what's the point of pushing forward here. I've got the corner. I've got the control. I'm going to get an LAV, and that way if he tries to come up at all, he's not going to be able to cross that field. Main push and focus here is going to be on that left-hand side. I think I have enough fire support and everything. I don't know what I'm thinking sitting here and telling myself I shouldn't have had anti-air. That's just absolutely silly of me. Because now all of this is stuck. I cannot cross this. If I cross this Apache is just going to ATG me.
Pilot standing by.
Tomcat is not well known for being an anti-plane, anti-heli, so I am going to keep
All
this in the
systems
background after
green.
that dive and go at it with the Harrier. Harrier, like I said, is very well known for it. If he lands, watch what happens when he lands. What can he
Payload
do?
empty. Enemy spotted.
He's dead. I knew that. Was quite happy with that thought process.
Need
Had
air cover,
Tomcats in
sir?
support. Have the two Ihawks now. I'm very confident this zone will be mine. So now that I have everything here, I unloaded a little early just to make sure. I don't know why I tried to make sure there. I should have loaded them back up. But I think maybe it's because I saw these move over here. I can't honestly remember. But hindsight, I'm quite happy I did, just so none of them got picked off. My fighters are my tanks are going to win every single time. I've got no concern with this, so I just fast move this in, hoping to get that tick going. Get lucky, get a Kiwa, get out again. Again, the luck on here is just astronomical for my part. I get the fire support here to control this tree line if they poke out at all. I'm hoping we can be able to take care of it. I've got a Delta Force to try and push forward. I've got this side secure. Again, game plan was not to go for Bravo, so we're going to stick with that.
Shut up and listen to the
Way
sergeant.
too many stationary units. Hindsight 2020, but really silly of me. As well as my command could have been with my Ahawk and upvoted a lot earlier, or on this one, upvoted a lot earlier. Got a little bit too much here now. A lot of my vehicles are here without any infantry support.
If
so
the enemy is in range,
hindsight, I definitely should have played those. I kept those infantry alive a lot more.
Yes, sir.
Could have rotated some of these mortars. However, I definitely at this point just think I've been trading so well. It's just inevitable I'm gonna get to this point and I'm gonna be able to make it in with all this fire support. This infantry, I believe, is definitely better here. However, I've got some pretty beefy squads I can buy and start winning. I got the fire, the air support, the air superiority. If you get air superiority against 82nd, you're sitting pretty happy. So, lose my command. Don't lose my commander. He takes command back. Not worry about the flash. They've got nothing to kill these tanks.
I am in charge here.
Move it back into play here. Again, I took my arty off of counter battery to start using them. And we'll see here, that was a mistake because they just started pounding away at
Looking for enemy
I do think I'm quite set up with the vehicle support now. As we can see, he's bought another heli and I've got some stingers finally moving up. I should have had these here a lot sooner to be
Waiting
part
for
of
air or
support,
ground targets.
as well as moving forward. They're just sitting back here doing what? Nothing.
Yes, Captain.
So, Force Recon, I can't
It's hot
remember if we win
here!
this fight. I do believe we do, just because of the tank support. Yep, and the F-16, I do have planes up too. No, I don't. They just
Full
returned.
reverse now!
But I'm not too worried about it. I have a command over here. I buy another command right away.
My pleasure, sir.
My entire thought process here, I'm getting these vision up.
Oh,
I'm going to make sure
this thing is
thinking
a
push
fucking
from here to
bullet
Bravo
magnet. Enemy
soon
spotted.
after I cap this if he doesn't forfeit. I'm
Reloading.
starting to push up
Looking for
here.
enemy
I'm trying to
plane.
send my AV first to see if there's any infantry, and if there's not, I move my tank
I
down
can't hold
afterwards.
it.
If I can control this reinforcing point here, it's going to be a lot harder for me to reinforce the area. So that's my thought process there.
Looking for enemy
Hawks
planes.
out of ammo. Start replying the Cobra. Again,
Enemy spotted.
definitely should have been moving more, but it is what it is. Move up here with the command vehicle,
I'm hit.
as well as set up my defenses a little bit more here. He sees me pushing a lot over here. I really want to make sure to secure this as well. You saw the rating on the wall with a 2%, 2.17 KD. It was heavily in my favor. As you can see through here, I really think it was overall, there wasn't any really superior unit that was carried me throughout this. I do just think my fire superiority of my AAVs and my positioning there and the playing of slowing it down drastically, as well as a lot of luck with the anti-air, really played in my favor here. I was quite happy with this. Dotspy, like I said, beat me 9 out of 10 times. Very high ranked player. I think he was ranked like 45 at the time. Now he's ranked like 200, so we lost a little bit there. But it was a great game. Learned a lot. Really appreciate you coming, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it.